So we go from a 12-game slate back to a 2-game slate. Welcome, guys. My name is DK. We'll be breaking down the 2-game NBA DFS slate in this video. Also cover content for NFL Daily Fantasy Sports. Uploaded a video for Thursday Night Football we got Bucks and Bills tomorrow, and make content for player prop sites like PrizePicks, Underdog, and Parlay Play. The sponsor of the video is PrizePicks. Guys, who are not on PrizePicks, you can use the code DKDFS for 100% match up to $100. It'll be linked down below. Again, currently I'm having issues. I have to go on incognito tab. I don't know why. I've done so many things to it. I still can't figure it out. But PrizePicks, again, if you guys are not on it, highly recommend it. Have been having a lot of fun over the years on PrizePicks. And if you guys are looking for more content, DFS or for prop stuff, you can check my Patreon link down below. So prop stuff, it's just more proof that no one runs worse, man. I have a 25x slip that got hooked by Obi Toppin fantasy score. They took away a steal from him, and how about fourth quarter minutes? Random mess of blowout. Okay. So 2 25x slips I've been hooked in the last 3 days. 2. Incredible stuff, man. It's just, again, adding to the proof. If you guys are new viewers, what we do in this channel is we provide you proof that there's not one human that can possibly run worse. Not possible. And then how about for DFS tonight, right? Hit on a bunch of low-owned guys. Scotty Barnes was my big stand in tournaments. Absolutely smashed. Doesn't matter. My other low-owned players all involved in massive blowouts. No one clicked hero. 7 of 40 shooting. How did the hero faders know? Jordan Poole on pace for a good game. No way is he playing a fourth quarter minute, right? I late pivot off Tyus Jones. Reasonable amount of first half minutes. So you guys see how many first half minutes Tyus Jones played? 21 when I pivot off. Again, I was all over Scotty Barnes as a pivot off Chalk Levine. That worked out in a huge way. Top and no fourth quarter minutes. How about low-owned Şengün? He's breaking the slate. Another random massive blowout, right? I was all about the Jaren Jackson Jr. fade too. And it still probably won't matter. We'll see. But I am just in so much pain right now. And how did the Mobley faders know? He was a free square. Like, what was that game? Someone has to do a deep dive investigation into how Evan Mobley, without Jared Allen, finishes with 23 fantasy points. Did you guys see Max Strus's stat line? He had like 50 fantasy points, like 40 rebounds from Max Strus. How about Harrison Barnes, too? You guys see that in the first half? Take a look at my phone. I'm like, oh, the Kings have like 70 points. It's got to be a lot of Sabonis or Fox. 27 points for Harrison Barnes at half. Incredible stuff. But that's a recap there. Maybe we can sneak in the cash with a low-owned Zach Collins. We'll see. But again, low-owned hero, 7 of 40 shooting. Low-owned Poole and low-owned Şengün, massive blowouts. So much pain. So much pain. They want to give a quick shout out. We had a lot of big winners yesterday, so just shouting out a few. I retweeted these on Twitter if you guys did not see, but $140 into 4,000. What else? I ended up having a good night too. I know I was tilting last video because Kuminga got 3 quick ones, but Kuminga salvaged in the second half, and he honestly should have had a much bigger game. Without that random foul trouble for Kuminga, he would have broke the slate. Another one, $60 here into 3,000. Like $100 into 6,500. So, yeah, gave out a free taco pair that hit. Looking like my props on the YouTube video last night, they both can hit. Scotty Barnes easily covered, and Sohan's off to a really good start. So, shout out to all the big winners. Hopefully, we can keep going for this 2-game slate. And, yeah, let's talk about it. So, Philly and Milwaukee is the first game here. Philadelphia, we have yet to see them play. No James Harden. So I think the Philadelphia 76ers are going to go with the starting lineup of Melton, Maxey, Harris, Tucker, and Embiid. They could also swap Beverly for Melton, but I think they go Melton. He's played pretty well so far in the preseason. And if they go with that starting lineup, off the bench, you're going to see Paul Reed back up Embiid. You're going to see Kelly Oubre. You're going to see Pat Beverly. Those 8 for sure. The 9th/10th guy is a little bit more unclear. Maybe we'll see a little bit of House or Korkmaz or Danny Green, but I'm not super confident in that. Springer did play well in the preseason, but I don't think he's going to be in the rotation to open the regular season. Looking at players in the price points, Embiid at 10-3, if you have the salary for him, I think he's a good spend up. Obviously, no James Harden. He's going to be relied on heavily here. So, yeah, Embiid looks good, but I'm very high in Tyrese Maxey, 7-5. Without Harden, he'll be the clear number 2 offensively. He's going to shoot when he's out there as well. So I do like Maxey a good amount. And then DeAnthony Melton, 5-3. If he starts, either way, if he starts or comes to the bench, I still expect big mitts for him. So I'm pretty high in Melton. I think Tobias Harris is reasonable at 6.6K. And then I also kind of like Kelly Oubre for tournaments. He had a couple of big games in the preseason. Again, without James Harden, this team needs a bit of offense, and Oubre can provide that spark off the bench. So there's a good amount of guys in the mid-range here that have a ceiling for the 76ers that I'm interested in. The other options, Beverly is just okay at 4.5. I don't think I can stomach PJ Tucker at 3.6. Paul Reed, 3.6K is cheap. He'll probably play whatever Embiid does not play. So if Embiid plays like 36 minutes, you'll probably get, 12 for Paul Reed. We know he is a good point per minute guy. If Embiid does get in some foul trouble, I think he is, at least playable. And if you want to take a shot on one of these guys, you can, but I'm not super confident in the rotation outside of those top 8 guys that we talked about. All right, so Milwaukee, Middleton we know is going to be available, but it's probably going to be on a limit. So don't think we can get to Middleton, but starting lineup should be Dame, Beasley, Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. And then off the bench, I think you're going to see Bobby Portis. You're going to see Campaign. You're going to see Connaughton. You're going to see Crowder. And I think you probably see a little bit of Marshawn Beauchamp. Played pretty well in the preseason. Looking at the top, you have Giannis at 10-2. I think if you compare Giannis to Embiid, I think I would give the edge to Giannis, but it is relatively close. We know the type of floor plus ceiling that Giannis provides. So, yeah, he looks great at the top. I'm not as excited about a 9K Dame. Like, he's too close in price to, like, Embiid without Harden or Giannis for me to go to Dame. So I think the reason you would play Dame on this 2-game slate is ownership, right? I would say Dame is a pretty similar play to what LeBron was opening night, where I was like, I don't love the price of LeBron. He's going to be low owned, but that would be the reason you play him. That's kind of my thoughts for Dame. And Dame can still have a big game. It's still possible. But yeah, I don't love the price point on him. I'm probably going to stay away from Middleton. Maybe we'll get some clarity on what exactly the limit is on him, but probably stay away unless we get some sort of confirmation there. Brook Lopez, just, again, indifferent on him at 6K. There's a little bit of foul risk going up against Joel Embiid. My boy, Bobby Portis, is always an intriguing play for tournaments. If something happens to Brook Lopez, some foul trouble, Portis could benefit. And we know Portis is a good point per minute guy. So I do think he's a pretty good GPP play. Malik Beasley as a starter, and he'll be relatively score independent in this lineup, but he should have open looks playing alongside Dame and Giannis. Off the bench, I do think Campaign's a little bit interesting. Might not be the best real-life basketball player, but he's a good fantasy player, when he's out there. So I think he's an interesting tournament play. Connaughton, Crowder, Beauchamp, I think round out the rotation. Again, they're just like filler plays for me. Okay, so now this is where the slate gets interesting, right? Suns and Lakers is the late game, and the Suns, Devin Booker expected to be out, and Brad Beal expected to be out. So, Booker obviously carried the team last game, and then Brad Beal is still not expected to play. So, what is that going to do? Well, obviously, Kevin Durant becomes the clear go-to guy. He didn't look the best. He didn't look that great on opening night, but yeah, a sub 9K Durant without Booker and Beal, sign me up for that. And then I think that without Booker, you're going to see one of either Eric Gordon or Jordan Goodwin enter the starting lineup. My guess is probably Gordon based on how many minutes he played. And Gordon and Grayson Allen, if you guys saw that game, they literally shot, and I over-exaggerate all the time in this channel when I'm tilted. Like, I admit, I know I do. They literally shot 5% combined. Grayson Allen and Eric Gordon. So I don't think you can expect that type of shooting again from them. So a ton of minutes and usage to go around for the Suns team. Probably my favorite team to target for value. Yeah, like I said, KD is a great spend up with those two out. I will say there's a little bit of blowout risk. Without Booker, without Beal on the road, I think there is a little bit of blowout risk. Now, my boy Nurkic, we talked about this in the YouTube stream opening night. I was like, all right, if you think he can push for 30 minutes, you want to play Nurkic. He's a good point per minute guy. Well, he played 28 minutes and he smashed and he played well. 14 points, 14 boards, 3 assists. And without Beal and now without Booker, Nurkic is probably the number 2 on offense. And I really like the way that they're using him. They're getting him involved in the high pick and roll. Again, he's a good passer. So, I mean, if Nurkic can stay out of foul trouble, I like his ceiling quite a bit here. And then, again, a Kogi. I've been saying a Koji. It's a Kogi. Eric Gordon and Grayson Allen all benefit, and Goodwin. They all benefit with Devin Booker out. I like them all. Again, a Kogi had a solid game. Eric Gordon shot awful, but still had like a finish with a decent fantasy game. Grayson Allen literally like shot 0 of 7, I want to say. So that was extremely tilting. I had his over points plus rebounds. Don't want to talk about that. And then Goodwin, who's a good point per minute guy, he's going to have to play a lot more here. I'm pretty high on him. So there's just a ton to like here from the Suns, assuming this game can stay competitive. I do think there is, again, a little bit of blowout risk. Eubanks, he'll back up Nurkic. If you think Nurkic gets in some foul trouble or sees limited minutes, you can fire up a 3.9K Eubanks, who's way more in play in this slate than he was last slate. And then you saw a little bit of Watanabe at 3-3, a little bit of Nasir Little. You did not see Bates Diop. Maybe like one of like Bates Diop or Sabin Lee enter the rotation with Booker out now as well. But yeah, that's the breakdown for the Suns. A definitely good amount to like here. And finally, the Lakers. So you had AD at 8-8, LeBron at 8-7. Now, LeBron only played 29 minutes. They said they're going to kind of take it easy on his minutes this year. So I still kind of have a tough time playing LeBron, which much rather play AD. AD disappeared in the second half, but this is a much better spot for him against the Suns. AD has historically played very well against my boy Nurkic. So, yeah, I do like AD a good amount. I prefer him to LeBron. In the mid-range, D'Lo and Reeves, I think, are both pretty good options. The D'Lo faders just got bailed out massively last slate. Just horrific shooting. Again, I got hooked on D'Lo again. Don't want to talk about that anymore. But I think that both the guards here, D'Lo and Reeves, are pretty solid options. I mean, D'Lo's going to play a ton. What did he finish with? I don't know the game log up, but like I want to say he played like 18 or 19 first half minutes. Like he's going to be out there a ton. And same with Reeves. They don't have as much depth as they did last year. And then Taurean Prince at 4-3, I think is a pretty safe value. Now, we'll see how the ownership comes in on him. A bit of an outlier performance, I will say, from him last game. But again, he played well in the preseason. He played well game 1. So I still think you have to have some interest in Taurean Prince. Vanderbilt is out once again. Cam Reddish is probable. I was a little bit surprised that he was in the rotation over Max Christie, but I don't think I can get to him. Vincent did not play that well as the backup guard, but he's also cheap. I think he's playable. Still, though, I think I would probably rather get to like the Suns value plays over the Lakers value. And I'll mention Rui. I mean, I think this is a little bit too cheap for Rui Hachimura. $4,000. I think he's a viable value. Don't think I can get to Wood. Jackson Hayes. Again, Hayes and Wood kind of splitting the backup center position. Yeah, don't love either. So, yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully no tilts tomorrow. I know it was a shorter one, but again, only 2 games. I'll try to get a prize pick or player prop video up as well tonight if there is some stuff up. There probably won't be anything from the Suns up is my guess, but I'll see if I like anything. I'll get a video up there for you guys too. So thanks again for watching. Good luck on the slate tomorrow. Again, if you do enjoy, just make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's try to aim for, 100 likes on this video. And we'll see you all in the next one.